Alright, that's Buster. Not me. There's Buster. Sitting here in a rainy, but somewhat sunny Jackson Hole. So, yeah, so we're here at Jackson Hole. We are going to Glacier Park, Kalispell, up to the northwest, and battling a little bit of rain. Not a whole lot, but let's go ahead and just check out the weather really quick. Yep, 320 at 16, gusting to 21, 10 statute miles, and rain. Broken at 7,000, overcast at 100. Alright, so let's go ahead and jot this down. Alright, that works for me. So we're broken 7,000 and overcast 0,000, and the altimeter is going to be 3000, and we're 16 degrees 02 on the. Okay, good. And how are we at Kalispell? Kind of what's going on over in Glacier Park. VFR right now 1955 Zulu. It's about 55 minutes ago, so we were 150. So basically out of the south at 9 knots. So 10 statute miles and clear. 2306 and 2979. Pretty low pressure. Okay. So maybe this is the low pressure system. Maybe we're flying through the low pressure system. So haven't quite looked at en route, but we will. Okay, so we're going flight level 200. Flight plan has been filed with Vatsim. We have our auto ETC at 5205. How does the ride look? Well, we have an RNAV departure. Yes, sir. Yep. How does that look? Okay, so we're going dividend. It's like dividend yield. I mean, what is this? Dividend. Divided. Divided 2. Got it. Takes me a little while. Divided 2. So we got the divided 2 departure, and it's going to be RNAV to Geyer. Okay, so we're yeah, so we'll be taking runway 1 on the divided 2 departure, RNAV to Geyer. Alright, so that will be our instructions from Geyer. We're going to then go to divided, and then from divided we're going to go to Huckett. And that will be our deal. What is our top assigned altitude? Okay, we're not getting a top assigned altitude. Transition altitude 180. We're going to flight level 120, so we will be going to standard pressure at flight level 180. So good. Yeah, we'll just go straight to flight level 200 on the way out. So that'll be good. It looks like things are clearing up here, which is good. The runway's right here. So we're just going to be going from Charlie to Alpha 1. Perfect. 007. And we're 6,400 as far as our elevation goes. Alright. Everything's looking good. Alright. Buster agrees. Buster agrees. Let's get the show in the air, Buster. But before that, wow, okay, so now we have, you can actually see some of the hills over here. Pretty cool. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Alright. we left off at 871 pounds of fuel. Did not do anything with it. We will definitely drain the tip tanks on the way out. So that's probably the first thing that we'll do. Once we get to cruising altitude, we'll drain the tip tanks into the mains. Forward baggage, that's Buster's food, for sure. That's me, that's Buster, and that's our life raft. Don't really need it for this flight, but we still keep it, and we keep it on the right side where Buster is. Kind of even this out a little bit, so we're good. All right. What is that? Oh, we got, looks like we have a Airbus 320neo out there on the tarmac. And we have, can't quite understand what that is. Of course, we got a CJ4 next to us, which is always awesome. Looks like, is that a flat tire? Does it have a flat tire? I think it has a flat tire. But anyway, yep, he's looking at it. He's saying, oh, yeah, that's a flat tire. Yep. Yeah, man. Wow, look at the Teton. Nice. Wrong button. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Windows popped open. I guess we left the window open from the last time. Okay, of course, yeah, here we go. We left our weather radar on. How nice. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we have. Gear down, parking brake. All of our switches are off. Let's just make sure. Yeah, just looking through here real quick. Down dump, everything's good, everything's off. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery. Yep, that's about what we're expecting on fuel. Full on the tips, 60 degrees out. Okay, we got 3 green. And we're good on the bus faults, at least 23. Let's go ahead and put the flaps down and approach. Okay, bat off. Okay, there we go. Terrific. Alright, let's go ahead now and do our before start engine checklist. So parking brake is set, landing gear is down. Okay, let's go ahead and go all the way across. Everything is off. Oh, actually, no. What are we doing? Circuit breakers. Alright, starting with the circuit breakers. All the way over. They look good. Let's go ahead and check the circuit breakers. They do pop, guys. They do pop. And we're only 28 hours in on the aircraft, so we're still very well newbies. Okay, now that we have the circuit breakers checked, let's go ahead and just check to make sure we're all off on the way over. Throttles are idle. Props are full. Mixture is rich. Down, down, down and dump, which is where we want to be. Alright, we're good there. We are neutral on the trims. We are down on the cowl flaps. We are on the fuel selectors. Static is in. Bottoms, let's push everything in on the bottoms. Good. Let's go ahead and just set our, where we're here to take off. Take off trim. Good. Down and dump. We are where we all need to be. Okay. Let's go ahead and make sure masters, avionics masters off. Let's turn on the battery. Let's get the alternators on. Okay, we are looking good. Okay, bus faults are fine. Let's go ahead and let's go over here. Let's make sure we can hear the pump. Yep, we can hear the left pump. We can hear the right booster. Alright, bus faults are looking good. Down and down. Approach flaps are fine. Let's go ahead and check the ELT. Good. Okay. Yeah, I know, Buster. Okay, we're off on the weather radar, which is fine. CO detect. We should see 2 lights go on. Good. We got the 2 lights for the CO detect. Cabin air, don't need it. Cabin heat, don't need it right now. So let's go ahead and get the engines going. So cold start. We are cold start right now. Alright. Let's go ahead and do right engine first. So here we go. We have our mixtures are full rich, our props are forward. Let's go ahead and throw open our throttle. Let's go ahead and take a look out. We look pretty clear. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the boost pump. Too high. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Boost pump off. Throttle's back to idle. We're going to crack it open. We're ready to go. Clear prop. Windows open, clear prop. Buster, you want to help? Okay. Let's go. Advance the throttle to 1000 RPM. We are green on the oil pressure. Oil temp is rising. Bus volts are 28. We have good right engine start. Okay, let's go left engine. Alright, so we have mixture rich, props forward, throttle full forward. Let's go ahead and boost high. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Boost off. Throttle back to idle. Crack it open. Let's go ahead and throttle. Clear prop. Buster. Okay. Here we go. Nice. Start light is now off. Let's go ahead and advance throttle to 1000. Okay, we have green oil pressure. We are rising on the temp. And we are 28 bus volts. We have a good left engine start. Perfect. Throw over avionics. Nice. While that's warming up, let's go ahead and get our altimeter going. Okay, we are. Where were we? We were 3.1. Oh, we're just 3,000 across the board. Right there. Okay. Altimeter 3000. Let's go ahead and set this to 20 while we're here. Okay. Alright, let's go standby. Let's go on. Let's go ahead and get these open. We're 5205, 5205. Let's go to Alt. Do our comms. 121.5 for the backup. Ay, ay, ay. Zero 075. Yeah, it's 118. Let's go to Unicom. We have a VOR on the field. Let's use it. And it's 115.4. Out of here, I believe. Although we're flying the RNAV, we're flying GPS. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Alright. We can always use the radial out of here if we want. We are flying an RNAV. Alright. Comms are set. Navs are set. GPS is set. Good. Now we just need a flight plan. KJAC. Go to Kalispell. Glacier National Park. GPI. We do have a departure. Yes, sir. Divided 2. Runway 1. Ooh, transitions. Huck it. Enter. Load. Perfect. Alright, runway 1, here we go. 68. 60, make a right hand turn. Well, actually, that's interesting. Not really going to make a right hand turn. We're going to go Geier and then make a right hand turn to divided and then huck it, and then we're going to go to GPI. Okay. Wrong. Okay, let's do en route. So from huck it. Scott, I think. Oh, HIA. Hotel India Alpha, Whitehall. And then Scott. Scoot. Wrong. Scott. Here we go. Geier. Divided. Huck it. HIA. Boy, if I had a dime for every time I did that, we'd be rich, Buster. Just rich. Okay, we'd be able to buy that CJA 4 right next to us. CJ4 right next to us. Alright, here we go. The Huckett, HIA, Scott, and then GPI. Landing to the south, so kind of have an idea of what our approach will be, but we're not going to do anything right now. We're set. Let's get our here we go, push. Yeah, let's do 15 miles on this one. Actually, let's do 15 miles on this one. Let's go a little further off of this one. This is the one I want to go 200. Okay, good. It's a little busy. Leave it here. I mean, we got rain, but we don't see nothing, so it's all good. Has the weather changed at all? Ooh, well, that's interesting. 270 straight out of the west. Well, we're gonna keep the same. 10 gusting to 17. Should be interesting. All right. Okay, standby altimeter is good. Attitude indicator, how we doing, Buster? Good. Remote compass. Set the slave. Yep. Got it. Comm radios are set. Nav radios set. Weather radar, standby. Cabin air, we're okay. Air conditioning, we're fine. We don't need it. Left, neutral. Right, neutral. Down, neutral. Back, neutral. Right, neutral. Left, neutral. Left, neutral. Go to top side. Taxi. We'll do a run up over here. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready for our taxi. So, taxi lights on. Mixture set for taxi. It'll be quick. Yeah. And then transponder. We're on hold. Here we go. It's going to taxi over here to the runway. Good. Jackson traffic. Baron 712 Bravo Mike taxiing to runway 1 via Charlie Alpha 1. Jackson. Okay, parking brake off. We're rolling. Brakes are good. Alright, let's go ahead and put on the parking brake. That's good. Let's go ahead and get our mixtures rich. Props are full forward. Let's go ahead and go to 17 on our RPM. Okay, we're stable. Let's exercise the props. There's a 300 drop there. Drop there. Now we want to go ahead, once it stabilizes at 17 on the right side, we want to see an increase in oil pressure. There's the increase in oil pressure. Same with the left. Increase in oil pressure. Good. Alright, now we want to see an increase in manifold. There it is, ever so slightly. Left engine. Yep. Ever so slightly. Okay, we're looking good. Props check out. Let's go ahead and do the magnetos. Right engine. Let's do the right engine first. Left magneto. It's about 100. That's good. Let's go back to both. Now let's go to the right mag. Oh, darn it. Crud. Did we save it? We did save it. Wow. Okay, let's go back to both. Let's wait till it stabilizes at 17, then we'll do it again. Yeah, it's kind of touchy. Just went a little too far. There's the right one. Alright, that's 100, so let's go back to both. Max check out, let's do left engine. Left mag. I want to see no more than 150. There's about 125, so that's good. Let's go back to both. We don't want to see anything more than a 50% or 50 RPM difference between the two. So here we go. Here we go on the right. About 125 as well, maybe 150. That's good. Still a good drop. Okay, back to both. Magnetos check. Instrument air, we're in the green. Good. Alternators left, off. Right picks up the load. Right off. Bus volt picked up the load. Left on. Left picks up the load. Right on. We have parallel. We are good on the alternators. How about the prop? De-ice. We see the positive amps there, so we are good. And the load. Good. Load and amps. Good. So we're good there. Let's do the windshield. We'll get load and light. Load and light. Confirmed. Same with pitot heat. Load and light. Confirmed. Load and light. Confirmed. Just load. There's the load. Install warning heat. Load. Perfect. Good. Let's do surface. Let's go keep it down for the manual. Should go to 18. We're looking to the left of the prop handle. You can see it. It's about 18 and we have a light, so we're good. Let's go to auto. We want to cycle through several times. So there's the cycle. Goes to 18, light on, light off. Cycle down to 0, back, light on, cycle to 18, and cycle back. Good. Okay. Alright, all heater switches are good. Windshield, all surface de-ices are good. Let's get to the pressurization. Yeah, we're sitting at 6,400, so let's just set us top number to 5,400. Go to 10 o'clock. And let's go ahead and run up to 2,000 RPM. There we go. Okay. Cabin pressure on. Door seal on. Give it a second. Pressurizing. We're going to hit the test, and we want to see the climb, cabin climb go down. We want to see it descend. And there we go. We're descending. Descending to 1,000, which is fine because we're 1,000 below. Perfect. Okay. We got dump, down and dump. Good. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and reduce our power. Don't want to get those cylinder heads all agitated. The oil temp is almost into red, so pull it back there. Okay, what do we want to set it at? We're going to go to flight level 200, so why don't we set it to 22. That should give us some wiggle room. Okay, so we're doing the inner. The inner is where we're going. We're really going to flight level 200, but we're gonna set it to flight level 220, which will give us a little bit of room. It will give us a cabin pressure of around 10,000 feet as opposed to 8,000 feet. So that'll make it a little easier on the system. So we've found kind of a way to, I'm not gonna say trick the system, but if we had set it to flight level 200, if we put it to 200, we're probably, that small handle will probably drift into the red a little bit as we go up, and we'll get cabin differential here in pressure differential light come on. So this is a way that we found that we can keep all the pressurization system okay. Alright, so our throttles are back, flaps, we did verify operation on the flaps, and let's go now and check the autopilot. Go ahead and deflect to the left a little bit. Okay, left deflect. Autopilot is now on. We see the flight director is showing up. Let's get our yoke. Okay, flight director's on. We're going to go ahead and hit the heading button. Flight director should should go towards the left, and the yoke should go to the left. There we go. Flight director is reacting appropriately, and so is the yoke. Let's go ahead and deflect the other direction with our heading bug, and we see the flight director do the same thing, as well as the yoke. We are good to go. Heading bug off. Let's go ahead and get it to 007. It's going to be our heading out, and that will also be our initial run to gyre in 007, so we have that set appropriately. Let's go ahead and get the flight director off, and then let's go ahead and autopilot. Interesting. Okay. The autopilot button again. Let's see if we can gauge it. Perfect. And let's turn it off. And let's see if we can re-engage. And there's the light. Perfect. Okay. Alright, here we go. we're looking good. Let's go ahead and get us the flight time. Okay, run-up checklist is complete. Before takeoff, okay, windows, they're closed. GPS common nav radios, set. Okay, altitude, selected. Heading bug and nav sources. Heading bug is set and nav sources to GPS. Elevator trim, we're set down here to takeoff. We're good. Flaps, set it to approach. There they go. Flaps are set. Okay, cabin altitude selector, yep, set. Cabin pressure, we're up. Door, up. So now we have pressurization. Air conditioning is off. Yes, confirmed. Pitot heat, on. Fuel boost pumps to low. There we go. Transponder, alt. Weather radar, on. Okay. Landing lights, we're good. Let's get them on. Landing lights, strobe. Nice. Very nice. Okay, Buster, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to full throttle. Once we get to 80, we're going to go ahead and rotate. If something happens prior to 80, though, things get, I mean, we got a major crosswind here. If we hit a gust and we start getting wonky on the runway before 80, we're going to cut the throttle and we're going to come to a complete stop. If we do lose an engine or have smoke or anything crazy with the power, we're going to go ahead and also cut the power and come to a complete stop. If we do get it in the air at 80, we're going to go ahead and as soon as we get positive rate, we're going to go ahead and put the gear up. And then taxi lights off. Once we get to 400 AGL, which will be about, let's just call it 6,800 feet, we're going to dial back to props to 24 and 24. As soon as we pass 100 on the climb out, we're going to go ahead and put the flaps up, and we're going to climb out around 120, and then we'll go from there. We'll get the autopilot on fairly soon because we want it to. We'll probably fly. We'll have the autopilot fly from Geyer to Divided. Any questions, Buster? Let's do it. What can this message be? Set course to 007. Okay. Gosh. There we go. And we'll set the outbound to 007 right here on the backup because our backup is set to Jackson Hole. So we can always fly this radial out. Okay, here we go. We have our before takeoff checklist is complete. Our takeoff checklist is complete. Let's go ahead, we're ready for the climb. So we are all good. Jackson traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike, taking runway 1 for the Divided 2 RNAV to Geyer departure. Jackson. Okay, we have runway 1. Confirmed. Okay, brakes are set. One last look. Everything looks solid. Okay, Buster. Smoothly apply to 30. On the manifold. Engine instruments look good. Full throttle. Little left aerial on. I can feel it. Airspeed's alive. Not that much. 70. 80, let's get up. We're up. Feather cock into the wind. There we go. Gear up. Landing taxi light is off. Jackson traffic, 2 Bravo Mike, just departed from runway 1, climbing through 8,200 feet. Clear runway 1. Jackson. Okay, let's go ahead and get on arm. Let's arm everything. Okay, we're good on the arm. How are we looking? Okay, this is looking good. Flaps up, darn it. Let's go. Turn in 8 seconds. 120 on the way out. We're at 24 on each engine. Left one a tad. Fuel pumps off. On our way to divided. What's our message? Yeah, we're not approaching VNAV profile. Let's go ahead and change the heading bug. 048 is on our way. Climbing out 140, 2,000 feet a minute. No, let's go 2,000 foot a minute. Got a lot of mountains around here. Let's get up there, Buster. Climb checklist, landing gear up, flaps up, taxi light is off, prop sync on, cow flaps. Let's go ahead and put up our cow flaps right now. Cow flaps are up. Let's go ahead and landing lights are now off. 2,000 feet into ice. Yeah, where are we? 5 degrees, we're almost freezing, so let's go ahead and put them on. We have a lot of precip. A lot of precip here. Probably should have had it on to begin with. Outside air temperature is now -1 Celsius. A lot of precip around. Fuel booster pumps off. Cabin air, 459. What about heat? Let's go ahead and pop on a heat. Open it up a tad. We're going to be getting in some clouds here pretty soon. We could pop out on top, but remember it was about 1,500 feet. Let's see, it was overcast at 100, so that's about 1,600 feet, so 16,400 would be the overcast layer. We might actually pop out on top. Looks like we might pop out on top here. We are cooking. What is the message again? Approaching VNAV profile. We are good. We are not approaching the VNAV profile. Engine instruments, do a quick little look. Once we get here, let's go ahead and dial back to 36 on the climb. Manifold pressure's now at 36 on the climb out. Oil pressure's still in the green. Oil temps are good. Cylinder heads are fine. AT is good. Fuel flow is very high, but that's to be expected. We're at 24 on the RPM. We are 36 on the manifold on the climb out. We are 135 on indicated. All is good. We'll be making a left-hand turn in 6 seconds. We'll be going to a heading of 327. So let's go ahead and set in 327 on our heading bug. Let's be anticipatory. Let's go. 327. Let's probably, since we get to 120, let's go ahead and reduce our vertical speed to 1,700.
Jacksonville traffic, American A13 is passing Du Bois on the ILS RWY for runway 19. Jacksonville. Jackson hold traffic.
Alright, it's making it a little warmer. Climb checklist complete. Cruise checklist. Cow flaps are up. Anti-ice as required. We have it on. Fuel buster pump boosters are off. Cabin air and heat, they are set. Cabin pressurization, we're good. Everything's looking good.
Jackson hold traffic, American A13's on a 13-mile final, runway 19.
Jackson hold traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike, 20 miles to the north at flight level 200, leaving airspace. Jackson hold. Okay, time for cabin pressurization checked out. Let's go ahead and get our engine management going here. Get our engine management program. Let's go ahead and start with the right engine. Let's do a pre-lean. And there's the peak. Let's go back. Left engine, all we're doing is a pre-lane. And there's the peak, let's go back. Okay, let's go ahead and go lean a peak. Right engine, we're gonna come back and slowly until we get last peak. And we'll kind of go just a little bit further. Trying to get to around 35 and 40. Where's the last peak? Ooh. Last peak. Last peak. Tell you what, we'll sell out 48. Let's go do the other one. Something's definitely up with the right engine. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and keep it there. Let's go. That keeps us around 19. So let's check out there. Okay, we're all set. I need to get that red zone deal. I call it the red zone, where you do not want to lean into. So I need to get that printed out for the Baron. Actually, I need to go find that and print it out, just so we know what we're not to go. All right, so we're at 19. And I would think that this would not let us go there, but I don't want to damage the engine, obviously. See some scattered rain out there. Up in Edmonton. Okay, so we're leaned out. We've used 7. Time to go to standard. You gotta remember that. Standard pressure. Minus 20 Celsius. We're in it for 14 minutes, 14 and a half minutes. We've got our first time in fuel check at Huckett. Anti-ice is still on. You know what? You know why we're not getting good? Duh, I never set the power back to 32. So let's go ahead and set the power back to 32. Yeah, man, I was cooking. I was cruise power setting at 36. Whew. So let's go ahead and do the re-lean. Let's go ahead and set in a peak. Now we're at 32 on the throttle, 24 on the RPM. Now's the time to do it. Let's go back. Now let's go. Here's the last peak. fine. Let's go here. So now we're at 18. Feel a little better with this. Can't believe we went ahead and leaned it. The power setting not right. Yeah, it's a big difference, boy. 14.5 to 17.5. That's almost 3 gallons difference. Okay, we'll keep it here. 15 and 16. That's fine. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna leave it at right now. Now that's interesting. What are we doing here? 52.62 Celsius. Fahrenheit. Celsius. Interesting. That's almost too lean. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just richened it a tad. It was just too lean. Just have that sense, you know. Don't get greedy. I mean, as it is, it's kind of interesting. We're at 6.7 miles per gallon. About 200 on horses on each one. EGT's pretty high, but that's okay. We're off the peaks. Cylinder head temperatures are off the peaks. Everything's looking good there. We'll just keep an eye on it. How you doing over there, Buster? Okay, good. Exciting stuff. I want to turn off the de-icing stuff, but we got a lot of precip here. I mean, not precip, but we got clouds. We're going to be in the clouds, so don't want to do it. Wow, here we go. We got an airport right down here. So where are we doing here? Eight miles. Got an ILS. I like to look at the sectional. Yellowstone. Here we go. Going over Yellowstone. Yeah, too bad we couldn't really see Yellowstone National Park. That's Yellowstone right there. All the national park out in here. So covered. Let's make sure our cruise checklist is complete. So cow flaps are up, anti-ice is on, booster pumps are off. How are we doing on the cabin heat? Let's go ahead. It's getting a little toasty, 77. So let's make it a little cooler. Cabin pressurization, we're all good. Cabin pressure is around 10,000 feet. We're set. Differential is fine. Everything looks good. Navigation, we're right on. We're looking really good here. We're going to do time and fuel check in just a minute. Less than a minute. So at Huckett, be 27 minutes in and 766 pounds. We're at 23 and a half, so we are 3.5 minutes ahead of schedule. And the fuel, if you look at it, yeah, about half the tank's there, and we got our full tip tanks. So we have 1,200 pounds of fuel, so we're going to be 750. We're supposed to be at 766. Fine. Let's go ahead and do the trip tanks. Trip tanks. Let's go. Let's pull the tip tanks in. So we're 7066 from Huckett. Next one will be Whitehall, 796 in 54 minutes. So we got quite a bit of time. It's 21 minutes until we get to Whitehall. Ground speed's 221. Flight planning out is ground speed. Gosh, at 188. So we're gonna be ahead of schedule again. Tops coming. Welcome to Montana. We are officially in Montana. Alright, we're going to go ahead and back to the galley, get a cup of coffee. Buster, let's make sure we have everything lined up here. In case you need to take over. Confidence in you, Buster. Complete. Man, I am gonna leave on the anti-ice though. Looks like we're still under it. It's coming up though. I don't want to mess around. The radar looks fine. The radar actually looks a lot better. Bunch of stuff over here, but back, coffee in hand. Go ahead and get our, let's just go ahead and turn off our icing stuff. Alright, boy, it's cold out. Alright, let's see. What do we got? 22 degrees. Let's go ahead and set our true airspeed. We got the window here. It's going to be 20. And we're going to set it to this minus 20, 22-ish right there. $16, $17, $18, $19, and $20 right there. Alright, true airspeed is about 240. 16.5 on our fuel flow. Cabin pressure is doing good. Engine instruments are all in the green. And where they need to be. 32 on the manifold, 24 on the RPM. Now at standard pressure. You're not at standard pressure. Okay, let's set it to standard pressure. Here we go. There's standard pressure. We're at standard pressure. There we go. Pressure altitude, flight level 200. That's standard. 29.902. All right, let's see what the weather is like. We're going to SKOTT, and then from SKOTT it's only 36 miles to our destination. Town, Bowen Field. Interesting. What do we have behind over here? Bozeman, Yellowstone. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the weather. It's a good thing to do. 240. Alright. 27 minutes ago. That's a big change. But anyway, 240. 10 statute miles and clear still. Altimeter is 2977. How cold is it? Yep, 23 and 03. Okay, good. Good. Good, good. Let's see some en route weather. Alright, Bozeman, 2978, 10 statute miles and clear. Helena, 10 statute miles, few at 1000, 2979. Winds out at 330. Winds at 320 at Deer Lodge. Winds out of 280 at Missoula. Kalispell, 240. Okay. Alright, so we're looking at from the southwest, which works out pretty good because Kalispell, I think, has a southwest runway. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Yep, runway 20. Oh, that's interesting. So we have an RNAV for 20. Let's do it. We also have an ILS. We messed up that ILS last time, Buster. I kind of want to do the ILS again. We were like experts at the RNAV, but ILS not so much. Oh, wait a minute. ILS is only for 02. Okay. So it looks like we're doing RNAV runway 20. Okay. Darn it. Kind of wanted to do an ILS, but we'll do the RNAV. We have a Yankee? No. We're straight up. RNAV, runway 20. SKOTT transition. Bring it. Man, Buster, can you believe it? We're almost in Canada. All right, let's see what our VNAV profile is going to be. Whoa. Wow. So we're going to be coming in from here to Evel. Okay. Evel. Evil. Evil. We're going into Evil, making a right turn to Habru. Nurse. Oh, look at this. Look at this turning RNAV approach. Impressive. Anyway, at the bottom line, we need to be minimum 10,000 feet. SKOTT to Evil. Okay. Evil. Probably be 10,000 at Evil, and then we gotta be at least 8,000. Let's go group 8,000. So we got 5 miles to get from 10 to 8. So we really need to be at Evil at 10. Okay. That makes sense. And our missed approach climbed to 10,000 to Angel. Boy, this is all RNAV'd up. I can understand why only 02, wait, runway 2 is for the ILS. So we're just gonna be doing some turns here. All right. So Kalispell is gonna be at 3,000 feet. Okay, Glacier Tower says Glacier traffic 124.55. Going here. Hi. Well, it would help if we put in a procedure. Okay, come on now. Where's the RNAV for 20? Come on now. We don't have the RNAV for 20? Alright, if we don't have the RNAV for 20, we're going to do the ILS 02. There. Load them. Yeah, we are. Okay. Yeah, I know the air. I know. Yeah, I know the winds. What we can and can't do here, Buster. So I know. I want to do the ILS. We are rusty on our ILS. We're too busy flying around the Caribbean and RNAVs. There's hardly any ILSs in the Caribbean. I mean, we must have been 40 flights without any ILS. This is kind of crazy. Acceptable. acceptable. Persuade me any differently, Buster, is if I see a bunch of airplanes on Vatsim that are headed to Kalispell, who are headed to Glacier Park, and I know they'll be going in the runway 20. So that's the only thing that would make me do anything different. We're not under Salt Lake Center right now. So we're strictly Unicom. That would be the only thing that would change my mind. But that's what we're gonna do. From Scott, we gotta be at GOGS 9,000. Good. Done. Sure why VNAV decided not to work. Okay, VNAV is set. We'll be in Scott here pretty soon. How are we doing on our fuel? 618 pounds. Tip tanks are done. Let's get the tip tank transfer pumps off. Okay. Plenty of fuel, even for our alternate at Missoula. GOGS is 21 miles out, man. This is a long final. What else do we got? Kalispell. VOR is not on the airfield. What's the missed approach look like? We're going to do a climbing left turn and then go to 2000 on a heading of 190 and outbound the FCA 238 radial to Killy, which is 15.7 FCA. Alright, so we're going to want to put Kalispell in there at 113.2. Not right now. We're actually going to put it on the backup too. Set the backup. Buster. The fire station. I don't know what it is with dogs and fire stations, but all right. If Buster, we can make it out off of Bravo 7, 6, or 4, probably 6 or 4, or Delta. Probably be the better way to go. We get off at Delta. Come back on Bravo. We can get over to the fire station. Don't want to block it though. Maybe we just park at the FBO and just kind of look over at the fire station. Nope. Okay. All right. You want to park at the fire station. Yeah, we got some mountains going on. All right, let's get to the important stuff. All right, we have a decision altitude of 3166. Jiminy Christmas, that's 200 feet? Yep, 200 feet. So let's go ahead and set our radar altitude to 200 feet. It's already set at 200 feet, very interesting. Approach, left turn, go to 190. Left turn, climbing left turn to 12,000 feet, 190. Then we intercept the outbound at Hot Roo and then Killy. How are we doing? Cruise checklist is all set. Been set for a long time. Before the top of descent, GPS and comm and nav radios are set. Approach briefing. We have picked out our approach. We know which way we're going, how we're going, all that good stuff. Got our VNav put in. We have our missed approach talked about. We know what the all our altitudes. For the DA, decision altitude, 3166 or 200 AGL. So we're good there. Fuel quantity is all copacetic where we need to be. We will need to set our cabin altitude pre-selector, so we'll set that to 3,000 feet. Make sure it's 10 o'clock. On the descent, cow flaps, we'll keep them up. Anti-ice, we will probably need to turn them on. Booster pumps as required, cabin air and heat. We're at 68 degrees, so I think we'll leave it alone. cabin pressurization will be fine. Once we hit flight level 180, we'll go to local pressure. Which happens to be 297.7, so it's a big, it's not that big. It's, since we're already at standard at 29.92. Uh-oh. Approaching VNAV profile. Let's begin our descent, kids. What was it? What was it? 9,000 feet for dogs. Here we go. Let's pick up speed about 185, and then we will adjust our power. Exciting. Going into Glacier Park. Oh my goodness. How exciting, Buster. Oh my goodness, how exciting. See the differential increasing. I'm curious if we will get below 15,000 feet, 1,500 feet before the cabin differential goes into the red. Hour 15 in it, minus 17 out. We are in it to win it. All right, let's go ahead and pull up. Let's go ahead and get us to local. 77. There we go. 77. 2977. 2977 is set. We got a time and field check coming up here. Alright, that's good to know. So from the Lena Peak standpoint, it's approximately 25 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're sitting on Celsius here. Fahrenheit. So let's keep it on Fahrenheit. Hour and 40 minutes in. We're an hour and 22 in. Supposed to be at 573 pounds. We're at 560 pounds, so we're 13 pounds under, which is just a couple gallons. So we are good to go on our gas. Miles to Gox. How we doing? Vertical speed required 700. Let's go ahead and get us on panel here. Glacier traffic, Baron 712 Bravo Mike is 25 miles to the south at 1,000 feet, descending to 9,000, inbound for the ILS runway 2, Glacier. Okay, before we intercept, so we're going to intercept in 4 minutes, let's go ahead and get our boosters to low. Let's get our landing lights on. How are we doing? It looks darn clear, so I'm not going to need any anti-ice here, so we're just going to leave on the pitot heat. Leave the heater on. Just make sure that the blower's on low. Yeah, I want to see if the heater is taking up the left engine. That would make sense. Okay, so we're at local pressure. We're now at 10,000 feet. Yeah, a little too late, Buster. Yeah. We already got the 1,000-foot warning. I'm going to come up with the mixture a little bit as we go. Chart going. Zero 20, course to 020. There we go. 9,000 feet. Need 7,300 to JOLEC. So we need to capture the alt. Okay, alt is capped. We're good. 5 miles away from GOGS. Let's go ahead and set to 7,300. And we can go there once we turn the corner of GOGS. Let's go ahead and get back. Alright, so we've hit VLOC. We kind of see what we got to be doing. Nav, let's go nav. Let's hit approach. Okay, good. So we got approach is on. So we should get going here in a minute. As we turn the corner here, let's go ahead and hit arm and go and start to get down to 7,300. Here, arm, and let's get Glacier traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike is 20 miles to the southwest inbound ILS runway 2. Glacier. Okay, approach is set, which is good. Oh, here we go. Did we catch it? Okay, we caught the glide scope. So we're good there. Now we begin our descent. So our glide scope is captured. Missed approaches, climb to 4100 and then left turn to 12,000. So what we want to do is go to 12,000. That's what we're going for. Rich, props full, speed, dial it back. Get back to 15. Let's bleed off that airspeed. Hot RWY will be 8.8 out. So about 12 out right now. Soon as we hit the yellow, white triangle at about 153, we will go 1 notch of flaps. Landing lights on, altimeters on, prop sync off. Mixture full rich, props high, anti-ice, not necessary. Fuel boost pumps, let's go to low, we are low. Cabin heat, air conditioning, we're fine, 140 knots, we're not there yet. Okay, we are almost to the lap. Yeah, here we go. Approach flaps are now in. Remember, we're 3166, Buster. We'll wait until we're 5 miles in to do the landing gear. Outer marker. Okay, approach flaps. Oops, gear. Just keep some power in. Alright, we know where we're going. Let's go ahead and look. We're good. Glacier traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike is on 3-mile final for runway 2, ILS Glacier. Okay, comes gears down. We got 3 green. Make sure rich, props full. Awesome. We have landing lights, taxi lights are now on. We are all good. .3166 is our decision. Approaching 100 feet above. Decision altitude continuing. My airplane. Not so bad with the tailwind. Missed it. Really Bravo 2. It's not Alpha, it's Bravo 2. Alright, this parking brake set. Let's go left, work left to right. Keep heat off. Let's go ahead and get our, actually let's leave the strobe on. Let's leave the lights on. Let's get the fuel pumps off. Let's get the heater off. And let's go ahead and dump the pressures. Good. Let's get flaps up. Awesome. Okay, let's open up the cow flap. Nice. Glacier traffic 2, Baron 2 Bravo Mike is vacated runway 2 at Bravo 2, taxiing to the fire station via Bravo, crossing runway 30 and Bravo 4 Glacier. Okay, here we go. $101. There's no way it's 101 in here. $101 degrees? No way. It's icy. get fuel here, Buster. Glacier traffic, bearing 2 Bravo Mike, crossing runway 30 at Bravo. Glacier. Should be Delta. That should be Delta right here, and this should be Bravo 4. This is Bravo 4. I think it is Bravo 4. Well, there's the FBO and the firehouse. The firehouse should be right over here. Here's where the firehouse should be, right here. There's no firehouse here. Sorry, Buster. I'm here where the firehouse should be. There's no firehouse. That's disappointing. Alright, let's go back to the fuel. There's no one out here. Let's go back around. Look at that weathering, that texturing. Pretty cool. Kind of that water kind of running down. It's always neat to see these guys with their texturing. Pretty thick here. Oh, here's the fuel. There's some fuel. Ta-da! Well, let's go ahead and get us off here. Alright, let's get the strobes off. Let's get the landing lights off. Let's now get the taxi off. Boom, let's work left to right. Everything is, let's get the AC off now. Yeah, let's go ahead. We got the cow flaps. Flaps are up. Let's go ahead and get the the radar goes off. Alright, we've done. Parking brake, avionics. Boom. Throttles, idle. Elevator trim. Set to take off. Yeah. Fuel bumps, they're off. Mixture cut off. Ignition switches to 0. Ignition switches are off. Cabin pressure differentials are good. Subpanel switches all go off, including the beacon and the nav. Nice. Then we have the alternator, and we have the battery. Perfect. Fuel. Let's go fuel them up. Self-serve. Love it. Let's go ahead and get the tips going. Get the mains going. Bam, we're back to 212. What was it, by the way? Uh-oh. I didn't even look. Crud. How much did we put in? I'll have to go back and look at the video. Yeah. I'll have to go back and look at the video and see what it was before we put it in. Here we are at Glacier Park. Glacier Park Airport. International Airport. Let's go to AirNav. What is the fuel? Fuel price, self-serve, hot diggity dog. Glacier Jet Center, $5.79. That's a pretty good price. $5.79 for self-serve. Here we go. So we did that. And we have our fuel. So we're all good. So we're ready for the next flight. Alright guys. That was a blast. Buster enjoyed it. Right, Buster? And here we are. Great views. I mean, just great views. Kind of Glacier National Park here. Let's go ahead and take this picture right here. Nice. Alright guys, that will be our pick for the thumbnail for our YouTube. But anyway guys, hey, it's been a blast. Thanks for joining us. Definitely coming up from Jackson Hole up to Glacier Park. Next stop, Edmonton. Oh yeah, man, we're going into Canada. It's time. It's time to make the run into Canada. Then over across to the northeast, and then we're crossing Greenland. Then from there, Iceland. Then the Orkney Islands, London, Paris, Venice, Corfu. Yep, we're doing it. So, anyway, guys, it's been a blast. You guys like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Buster would appreciate it. Buster's trying to get a livery. If we get to 50 subs, we'll go get a new livery. Why 50? I don't know. We just made it up. So, if you would, hit it. And once we get to 50, we'll have a live stream. We'll have everybody on. And we'll do a reveal. We have a guy in Southampton, UK, who's awesome. And he'll do the livery for us. And we'll have him on the live stream. He'll tell us how he did it, all that good stuff. So anyway, guys, it's been a blast. Till next time, clear skies and warm tailwinds and Buster.